Good morning, students. I hope you people are well. Today we are going to continue our next chapter, that is our environment. As you people are knowing that in our environment it includes the ecosystem. Okay, children. Here, what is ecosystem? Ecosystem means that the surrounding near us, both living and non-living factors are included here. Okay, and they are showing the interrelationship between the organism. We will study the interrelationship between both living and non-living factor. Here one activity is given, as you can see. You have to take 1 meter into 1 meter, that is both length and breadth. That to be will be 1 meter, 1 meter. And there we have to study that what all plants and animals are included in that. As we are going to study, we will come to know that in that particular habitat, this all plants and this all animals are situated. And we will conclude that. Then see children, what is the main reason of studying of that environment? The first thing we will know about the interrelationship between the biotic component. We shall study this with the help of food chain and food web, that already I had taught you in the first introduction portion that what is food chain. A series of organisms are present that will be known as your food chain. And when we talk about the network of food chain is known as your food web. An ecological pyramid, children, see from producers to the top consumers, what all things are present that will be included in your ecological pyramid. Next one, we will see about the interrelationship between the biotic and abiotic component, how they are correlated, how the environmental factors are correlated with each other, that we will see. Okay children, then meaning of ecosystem, this is very important. A.J. Tinsley in the year 1935, he gave the proper definition of your ecosystem, and he had said that two components are there, that is your abiotic and biotic factor. So you can say that the ecosystem means the interrelationship based on basically the abiotic and biotic component, and its environmental study will be included in your ecosystem. He had also coined the term ecosystem. Then see children, what it is. When we talk about the human beings, or when we talk about any of the organism, they are having a particular habitat. Suppose you take the example of Kani Machli, as we had studied in class 9, lesson 1, biodiversity. Okay, sorry, in that class 9th habitat chapter, we had studied about the Kutumbasar cave. It is situated in the Bastar, and there Kani Machli was situated, as they are having the habitat of surviving in a dark region, and they used to feed on the algae or the dead organic matter which is present in that particular flowing water. So their habitat is different. If you are going to brood that particular fish in another habitat, they are not capable to survive. Okay. Next one, see children, particular your ecology. What is ecology? Arndt Haeckel, he had coined the term ecology, and he had told that the ecology is made up of two Greek words. Eco means house and logos means your study. So you can say that what is the proper habitat of that particular living organism. If we are going to study about that, that will be known as your ecological study. Okay, and you can say that it is a scientific study, or it is scientific study of identifying the interrelationship among the living organism which is present in that environment. Okay children, then interrelationship between the food and feeding habitat, reproductive behavior, then parasitism of the environment on the life cycle, that will be included in your ecological study. Then see children, next one, ecosystem of a rice farm. As you people are knowing that the rice farm is totally artificial, because it is done by the man-made only, and we are preparing the agriculture field. There we are plugging the field, we are showing the field. After that we are providing proper irrigation, proper fertilizers, manure, everything we used to provide, so that the production yield of the rice farm will be increased up. So children, here as you people are knowing that, suppose you take the example of that rice farm is the paddy farm. So that paddy plants, they are green in color, they are capable to produce their own food by the process of your photosynthesis. What is photosynthesis children? Photosynthesis means the preparation of the food by the help of the green plants by utilizing chlorophyll, sunlight, and what they will do, they will convert that one in a useful material, that is starch. It is highly energetic product which we used to consume as a food purpose. So this is a man-made ecosystem, children, and it will be controlled under man-made only. The human beings are only going to be conduct it. See children, this is a food web. As you can see here, in this food web, children, you can see one human being is shown, then fox is there, owl is there, snake is there, frog is there. Each and every organism, directly or indirectly, they are utilizing the producers only. Suppose the producer is your first trophic level, so the primary consumer will be your second trophic level, then the secondary consumer will be your third trophic level, and the tertiary consumer will be your top trophic level. Children, this is a food web. You can see how the green plants are correlated from one organism to another organism. By this also you can come to know that what is the interrelationship between the plants and the animals. Here say children, suppose 1 lakh rice plants are there, so it is going to feed 1000 rats, and from that 1000 rats it is going to feed 50 snakes, and that 50 snakes is going to feed the 50 hogs. So you can come to know that how a food chain is there and how they are correlated with each other. One organism is going to be fed by the other organism, and so on it will be continued. Okay children, so this is your food chain, and a network will be known as your food web. That is, a series of food chain will be included in your food web. So they are showing a good interrelationship between them. And children, one prey will be there, one predator will be there, and so on. That process will be carried out. Then see ecosystem and trophic level. What is ecosystem and trophic level? As I said, ecosystem means biotic and abiotic correlation. And trophic level means children, primary consumer, secondary consumer, tertiary consumer, I had told just now. So this all will be your trophic level. Okay. Then this is your one ray diagram, how the trophic levels are correlated. First trophic level is correlated with second trophic level, second trophic level is correlated with third trophic level, and they are overall included with the scavengers. Scavengers or decomposers, they are the organism which is going to decompose the dead organic matter of each and every trophic levels, directly or indirectly. Okay children, in this decomposers generally we used to include the bacteria, fungus, microbes and so on. Then see children, study of ecological pyramid. Charles Alton in the year 1900 to 1991, he had studied a lot, and he had discovered in his book, that is Animal Ecology, he had shown how the ecological pyramid is working, how one organism is correlated with the other organism. He had explained very nicely that all things. Just like in Egypt you have seen the pyramids of the mummies, you people are knowing how it is. A triangular shaped structure is there, 3D structure it will be. Likewise your ecological pyramid is also there. Suppose you see the pyramid of your rice farm. At the lowermost portion it will be your rice plant. Then certain herbivorous animals will be there, such as your rat, rabbit and so on. That rat, rabbit, they are going to be fed by the secondary consumers. It may be snake, okay, it may be any of the carnivorous animal. Then after that is going to be fed by the tertiary consumer, that may directly engulf the particular living organism in living condition, as well as they can consume in a dead form. It may be hawk, it may be kite, it may be eagle and so on. So this is a pyramid of your food chain. Next see children, this is another pyramid, same thing only, but here what they had shown the 3D structure, and they had told about the different levels of organism. As we people are talking about the rice farm, that is the paddy farm, so they are the producers. Then after that the primary consumer, as I said, so many organisms can be primary consumer. We people are also consuming. Then you can see the rat, you can see the rabbit, you can see the birds. So they all are included in your primary consumer. So that primary consumer is going to be fed by the secondary consumer. Any of the organism which can directly feed that primary consumer will be included in your secondary consumer. So it will be our third trophic level. Then at the top you will have the fourth trophic level. It may be eagle, it may be hawk, it may be owl, it may be kite. Any type of organism which can directly or indirectly feed on the dead as well as the living factors. Okay children, I hope you people are getting that what I am explaining. You can take the example in place of that particular rice farm, pulses, cereals. Okay, you can study that one also in place of that. See children, here diagram is given, energy flow. Okay, how the level is going to be moved from one part to another part. As you people can know, from higher to lower it is going to be migrate. That is, whoever the organism will be more in number, their energy will be passed to the topmost consumer, and only 10% is going to be passed from one level to another level. That is only known as your 10% law that we will study later. Then role of producer and biomass. What's the role? What's the importance? As you people are knowing that only the green plants are there which are capable to produce its own food by the help of your photosynthesis. So definitely their particular weight will be more as compared to the other. Then children, if you are talking about the dry weight, definitely their dry weight will be very less. But as compared to the other organism, their dry weight will be more because of their number. Then biomass will be calculated in that manner only, that is the trophic level, by estimating the weight of the organism present at that level. Okay children, then each trophic level will have its own food. Then next what it is children, when we talk about the trophic level, one trophic level is going to depend on the other for their food and other purpose. Then children, pyramid of biomass, here as per the weight we are calculating that one. 15,000 and 1500, 10% is going to be decreased up. Okay. Energy flow through trophic level, definitely from lowermost level to the topmost level. So it will be your upright means from plant to the top organism, the energy is going to be flow and certain percentage will be there. As I said, that is the 10%. So definitely children, plants are converting 1% of solar energy into chemical compound by the help of photosynthesis. From that particular solar energy, 10% of energy is going to be transferred to the first trophic level, that is second trophic level, that is your primary consumers. Then again from that primary consumer, 10% will be passed to the secondary consumer, and so on the process will be carried out. So the topmost will get only the 10th position of that producer. Okay children. Food chain is also showing the path of the flow of the energy from one form to another. Food web is also showing a network how the energy is going to be passed from one form to another, but it will be in a network. You can't say that the green plants are going to be consumed by only rat or only rabbit. So that is your particular food web. Any of the organism can consume any of the organism as per their food habitat. Okay children, here one particular flowchart is given. From the sun, the producers are going to utilize the solar energy. From the producers, it is going to utilize by the primary consumers. From the primary consumers, it is going to utilize by the secondary consumer, and so on it will go to the ultimatum decomposer. You can see that from 4500 kilojoule to 0.75 kilojoule how the energy is dissociated and what percentage is going to be migrated. Okay children, here food chain and food web, it can also start from the decomposing substances. As I had told you about the Qutub Misar cave, that is the Kani Machli. So they are utilizing the decomposers only as a food product. So it is not necessary that only the food chain is going to start from the producers. It may change. Okay children. Then see children, next one. What all the excreta will be there, or what all the waste material will be there, that will be liberated out into the atmosphere. And when it is liberated out into the atmosphere, definitely it will mix up with the nature, and again that nutrient cycles are going to be recycled. Again it will mix up with the nature and it will be recycled again. Then nutrient cycle or flow substance, as you people are knowing that each and every organism is made up of certain chemical substance. It may be carbohydrate, it may be protein, it may be fat, it may be lipid, it may be nitrogen, it may be sulfur, it may be oxygen. So what happens in it? Sulfur, oxygen, carbon, nitrogen, these are the basic elements which are going to form your complex substance such as your carbohydrate, protein, fat and lipid. So when that carbohydrate, protein, fat and lipid is going to be dissociate, it will form your lowermost elements such as your carbon, oxygen, nitrogen, and it will move to the nature and it will be recycled again. As you can see, one figure is given here. Carbon is going to be released out in the atmosphere. Then again it will form the cloud. By the rain it will migrate again back. And you people are knowing that carbon dioxide is going to be utilized by the green plants for the process of your photosynthesis. Then it will again in the form of your carbon such as your coal, or in the form of your that particular carbon dioxide, it will be liberated in the soil, and by the dead decaying matter again it will be mixed up into the soil. Again when you are using that particular that fuel is there, petrol, diesel, kerosene, by that form it will be released out again in the form of carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide. So a cycle is continuously working in the nature, and from one form of the organism to another form it will be recycled again and again, and it will be reversed back to the nature. Okay children, then see here, generally gaseous cycle we are talking. Green plants will utilize carbon dioxide for the preparation of photosynthesis. Then from that first consumer will consume, then second consumer will consume, and directly or indirectly carbon dioxide will be released back to the nature. How the human intervention in ecosystem. So many impacts are there and so many ways are there by that process will be carried out. Okay. Carbon cycle is there. When excessive fossil fuels are increasing, the level of the oxides of carbon and carbon particles are going to be migrate, and they may cause the pollution also. So many pollutants are going to be migrate here and there. You people had heard about the acid rain. Along with the rain, certain acidic particles are going to be fall down and it will affect to the atmosphere. Arsenic molecule, as you people are knowing that we are using so many types of pesticides, insecticides, there we are using small quantity of arsenic, but it is highly toxic and it affects the nature. Herbicides, weedicides, so many types of chemicals are utilized, and that all chemicals are showing certain adverse effect as the human. For increasing the production yield, what we used to do, we will increase that using of that pesticides, weedicides, insecticides, but what happens children, as we are utilizing that all things, their number had been increased up. As it is increasing up, what happens due to that? The pollution is also going to occur, though you will get the production yield what you want. Here, water hyacinth, one type of plant is there. More amount of pollutants are going to be accumulated in the water, so their number will be also increased. Okay children, I hope you people had understood the chapter. Next class I will give you the notes. Okay, if any doubt is there you can ask.